Hello?
Hello, how are you doing?
Good, good. How are you?
Hi.
Hello.
Sweet.
Thanks so
Okay.
much for joining me.
Oh, our pleasure.
I love the background there. Is that like a studio or?
Or this is actually our apartment.
Oh, that's so cool. I love the
Yeah.
artwork.
Yeah, we definitely are collectors of things. That's for sure. That actually the piece that's over Steph's head there is by our drummer Stu. He painted that.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, he has a really cool like style, and he has a company called Play Dead Cult that's how we all kind of met each other.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shop at his
So-
store.
Yeah.
Oh, he has a store as well?
Yes, yeah. That's we still have it going. We have a gallery over in the West End of Toronto. Yeah.
Very cool. So is that where you guys are right now in Toronto?
Yes.
Where are you?
I'm in Boston.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Yes. So I wanted to talk to you guys a bit about your latest release, Ghost, and the album, which I love. It's so hard to choose a favorite because it's so multi-dimensional and different layers to it.
Oh, sweet.
So,
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
excited to chat with you guys.
Oh, that's great.
So I guess we could start with Ghost. It's a epic
Sure.
piece of music, and I would love to hear about how you guys came about creating that song, and
Yeah.
how was the experience making the music video as well?
Okay. So writing the song.
I don't remember.
Do you remember?
He remembers everything. He'll
Uh,
start piecing things together, and then I can like jump in between.
well, yeah, like a lot of the way like we write with the primitive evolution stuff is like it's usually like a jam. So like the three of us will spend a lot of time at the studio just jamming and we kind of building a whole bunch of ideas. We just record everything, and then we sort of go back. After about a week or two of jamming, we'll go back through everything that we've done and sort of catalog like all the highlights, I guess you would say.
Or throw out the stuff that we hate.
Yeah, like sort of like, oh, that's cool, that's not cool. And so Ghost would have came out of one of those sessions where we had like a really long sort of jam session, and I think we had just got like into messing around with bass synth pedals actually at the time.
Yeah, bass synthesizer pedals.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Muse uses them a lot. Like, who else?
Yeah, so I think the original jam for that song was the verse riff that you hear, like that kind of like
Wow.
like all the big long bass notes with the bass synth on it.
Wow.
With me playing that little guitar like kind of lead line over top of it. So that was sort of like what started that whole song into process, and from there we sort of started building on that, and then it kind of comes time for me to write like a chorus and like sort of make the idea into an actual song. So that's kind of when I use like a lot of the inspiration I had for that. I don't know where, like, it's very strange. I can never really remember how I write lyrics or what really triggers them, but like that song was definitely like written about my dreams that I was having about my past father that died when I was a teenager. So it was one of those things I thought it'd be cool to write a song about that, and like just kind of like the process of grieving and the dreams that you have to kind of reconnect you with ghosts and things like that, or what like a ghost might mean to myself, or more like a realistic like interpretation of how I communicate with ghosts or something like that in our dreams mostly. And yeah, I just finished watching The Haunting of Bly Manor, which
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And I feel like that show kind of had
the same ideas.
Has the same vibe as the song Ghost for me. Like, so I really liked the show because I was like, oh shit, like this is someone else out there like kind of gets that like dreamy ghost idea that kind of happens to us. Yeah. So, and then the music video, um, that sort of came out of another friend of ours, Bailey. She used to hang out with us all the time. Like in the beginning, I was friends with her dad, who is also now deceased. So there's a lot of ghosts in this story, I guess you could say.
Her and her fiance is like an assistant director for film and TV, and her name's Tara, and she wanted to kind of start building her own portfolio of stuff. So she and Bailey came up with the idea of the music video and kind of did a whole PowerPoint presentation for us. And like,
oh wow,
they had a great
we had
pitch.
this idea. Do you want to do it? And we were like,
Yeah.
yes.
you were sold.
Yeah. Yeah, it was an amazing pitch that they put together for it. And then, so like in the past, all the music videos we've done mostly have been like, sort of, we produce a lot of it ourselves, and then we'll collaborate with different directors and
or our talented friends. We got lots of friends that are makeup artists and like in sets and props in film and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like every video we've ever done, we sort of have like produced, you know, we put together with ourselves and all of our wickedly talented people that we know. So this was a kind of, we haven't done that in a long time though, so it was good to kind of get back to that. And we shot it over the course, it was in November of last year actually, so it was cold and
before the pandemic, but I chose to have a mask on in the video just coincidentally because Brett had this really cool piece by like one of our favorite designers. Her name's Natalia Gaviria, and I was like, yeah, I want to wear the mask for some reason for this.
Well, it just made sense. It's like post-apocalyptic kind of vibes. Yeah.
Maybe it was foreshadowing what was to come.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know. We're like, yeah, cool post-apocalyptic dystopian future that's becoming a reality quicker than we anticipated.
Oh, we're convinced we had like one of the last rock shows in the before times, because March 14th is when we had our last show, and that was like the weekend that everything closed down.
Yeah.
Oh, was that with Pig and Cyanotic?
Oh, that was before. That was the last tour we did. That was our last tour. Yeah. And then we just wanted to play a show. It was Steph's birthday. And we had kind of decided that we were going to be in writing mode, but this band Sulphur from the UK was in town, and
who's in Sulphur?
Which is Rob Holiday's band. He used to play guitar in The Prodigy, and he's played for Marilyn Manson and a bunch of other bands. He's kind of a hired gun, jack of all trades kind of dude, and he was in town, and we wanted to do a show with him because he's awesome. And we have our manager was a mutual friends and stuff, so we put that together kind of while he was here, and it ended up being like right before they locked Toronto down, like the last weekend, and then on Monday they announced like the shutdown and the world pandemic is announced and all that, and it was like, wow. So yeah,
Phantom High played with us for that.
Yeah, show. Phantom High and On. Yeah, it was a good show. It was a great set.
At least you got to end pre-lockdown on a high note.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I could ramble on about the video all day, but yeah, we shot it up in Ontario near the Kawartha Lakes. On Stu and his fiance Kim live up there, and Kim's dad Tom has this huge property, so we were able to kind of, and there's kind of like some shacks and broken down barns, and he's got these great piles of sheet metal everywhere, so we managed to like build Steph's shack out of sheet metal from Tom's garage, and like so it was a very like localized set that we were able to make into a bunch of different scenes and stuff, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah, we shot for like 2 days up there, and then we did a couple more days, like maybe 2 more days of shooting in Toronto and Hamilton area.
Yeah, I was out near Hamilton and Dundas
for some like road shots and stuff.
Yeah, like where we shot with the car, like our friend Sergio, he's this amazing, like he's actually like a hairstylist, hairdresser. barber, and he loves old cars and stuff. So he lent us that car for the shoot.
He's such a classy, tight man. Like he's got his stuff together. He's got like this 1940s kind of vibe going on, and he's got his own barbershop called Rockefeller Social Club.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm picturing a guy from like Mad Men or something.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, he's got like these glasses. He used to have like one of those mustaches that curled around.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Well, I also hear like an array of different musical influences on the album. Can you talk a little bit about when you guys were growing up, what were you kind of listening to that really influenced your decision to go and pursue music?
Mutually, like 9 Inch Nails, Nirvana, Smashing Pumpkins. I didn't listen to them quite as much as I did once. Like Brett was so into Smashing Pumpkins, and I was always like, Billy's vocals were always on the edge for me. But Brett showed me like the instrumental goodness. Like it's just, their music and like composition is so amazing. Like I was able to like see past the vocal issues I had. So he got me into that, and Radiohead, both, and what else?
Well, I don't know, individually.
Tool.
Yeah, I guess we share all those bands in common. Yeah, I think, I can't remember, it must have been Nirvana that was sort of the trigger for me. Like I think I was—
That was my trigger too.
I was only like 12. Oh, shit. Like when I guess when In Utero came out around that, like it was 1994, and I would have only been like 12 years old, but that album kind of like just blew my mind. And I remember listening to like White Zombie as well, and 9 Inch Nails. I think like 94, 95 was like such a huge year for some really cool records, and that's kind of like, it definitely like piqued my interest, and I was like, oh, I want to play guitar, or I want to learn how to make music. So those are the bands that definitely like got me interested. And then like growing up as a kid, I was always into the music my parents were listening to, because they were listening to like Guns N' Roses and AC/DC, and like, I don't know, even I loved Corey Hart when I was a kid. I like was obsessed with Corey Hart.
Do you know Corey Hart? He's more Canadian.
Is he an actor? Was he part of the two Corys?
Oh no, that's Feldman and Haim.
Or I'm thinking Corey Haim.
Yeah. But yeah, Corey Hart was like kind of an 80s Canadian pop star. He sang Sunglasses at Night was his biggest.
Oh yeah, I know that song.
So that was kind of like,
I never knew who sang it though.
Yeah, he sang that. Never Surrender was another really good Corey Hart song. But so yeah, I think from like a young age, I was really like, I wanted to sing and I wanted to like perform all the time. So I think that was like, and then once I got older and started being kind of more aware of myself, I really was drawn more into the metal and rock side of things. And even like U2, I listened to a lot of U2 growing up as a kid with my dad and stuff. And so those were big influences kind of coming into that, for sure. And you're more classical.
Well, yeah, I started playing cello when I was like 11, I think. And I was just really into classical music when I was like 12 to 14. And then I first heard Nirvana, and I was like, whoa, if this guy can play guitar, I can figure out how to play guitar if I already know how to play cello.
Brought you to
like
the
almost
dark
a competitive thing. And then it all, because I had so much access to the music room, and my music teacher was like one of my best friends. Like he let me try out all the stuff that was like collecting dust in the music room, like the guitars, the electric guitars, the electric bass. And I was like, can I take this home? He's like, yeah, nobody's using it, just go nuts. And I taught myself guitar on that kind of.
Oh, that's awesome. And so was like Nirvana the first song you like learned on guitar?
Yeah, probably like All Apologies, or About a Girl, or maybe Alice in Chains too. I like would buy Guitar World magazines and like check out the tabs that they had before I even had the music. Like I saw an Alice in Chains song, and I tried to play it, and I was like, I had to borrow my friend's Alice in Chains CD to see if I was playing it right. And then I started listening to it more and more and got addicted. I'm like, okay, what else can I learn? What else can I learn?
Yeah, you were really into Metallica too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was more the Metallica side of things.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Now the 90s, I feel like, kind of just turned music on its head because there were so many new sounds coming out, and I feel like kind of metal and glam rock kind of ruled the 80s, and then grunge came in and kind of took
Yeah.
over.
Totally.
Yeah, grunge was a huge influence for both of us, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you remember the first concert you ever attended?
Oh, yeah.
Ever?
Or like a first major concert at like a big venue or stadium?
I think mine was On Vogue.
Oh,
yeah.
really? That was like an R&B group, right?
Yeah. I think that was my first concert ever. Like,
Free your mind.
I won tickets to it.
Nice.
How about you?
My dad took me to see Green Day. That was my first concert.
Oh, really cool. Was that back in
Yeah.
like when they first came out?
Yeah. I imagine
Which
that
album?
that would have been like, I don't know. It must have been in 94 as well. 1994. So I don't know if that was Dookie or the one after that. I'm not sure, but it was pretty early on. Yeah, I remember it was a stadium show, so it was big. It was like Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. So yeah, that was like the first concert I ever went to. It was cool.
Yeah, mine was actually I believe she's Canadian, Avril Lavigne.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my friend was going for her birthday and invited a bunch of people, and she invited me. So I think that was my first major concert was Avril Lavigne.
Was that in Boston?
It was in Michigan, actually.
Oh,
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's from like maybe 4 hours north of here or something.
Oh, Avril is?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if she's from.
Yeah, she's from Ontario.
Oh,
An
okay.
Indian gal.
So what else do you guys have coming up that people should be on the lookout for?
Oh, well, we're very slowly working on the new Ape record. Like it's a bit of a crawler at this point, but it's something we've just been kicking away at. But we also have this cover that we used to play of Ace of Spades by Motorhead. We played it for years in the clubs, but we never recorded it. So we finally recorded it. I just tracked vocals for it last week, and then gonna get it done in the next month or so, and hopefully get it out. I don't know. We'll kind of see what happens. I don't know if we'll make a video or what we're gonna do for it. But yeah, we gotta get things moving.
Gotta stay busy during this lockdown.
Yeah. I really want to get so maybe just release some singles while we're still kind of in this quarantine pandemic, whatever's going on. Like we just in Toronto, we go back into a lockdown as of tomorrow. So things were getting good, and now things are getting much worse here. So.
I know. I think everyone was getting so optimistic that we were about to turn the page, and then everything just went back to square one.
Yeah. So I think, maybe hopefully, I'm hoping we can put out a few singles over the next year and sort of just kind of build to the next record. And hopefully by the time we get there, we could actually maybe do some touring again or something, right? That's
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of the route a lot of people are taking at the moment is just releasing singles for the time being to keep people, occupied and interested. And
yeah. Everyone's trying to sit on their golden egg, they don't want to waste it on the. But we'll see what happens. And I mean, if it goes on longer, then of course we'll just put the record out and move on to the next thing. Because I find if you stay on one thing too long, then it gets stagnant. So you got to keep the flow.
Yeah, stay prolific in your songwriting.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's it. Yeah, I think hopefully we'll do a live stream at some point too. I think that would be fun, but we've definitely like shifted our focus onto recording.
Like a show?
Yeah, I'd love to do like a live stream show or something in the new year.
Would you do that in like a Patreon, or because I heard some people are saying Facebook is cracking down on people doing live streams. I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah, it's true actually. Yeah, you're right. I think like it seems like probably do something through Twitch, or there's a couple of other like sort of services that are popping up that are just focusing on like those kind of experiences. So you actually like would like buy a ticket to the show for $5 or something, and then you get access to that site on the day, and you can go and watch the concert live kind of thing. So
I think you know the band Toto, I think they just did that recently.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. Toto's still rocking.
Yeah, they charged like $15 or something, and people could watch their live stream of their concert.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Christopher did that too. Maynard from Tool, his other band.
Oh yeah, for Existential Reckoning. Yeah, actually, we haven't watched that yet. I should go get that. For sure.
Yeah, I think people just have to stay creative during this time, and find ways around the system.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Keep it connected.
Speaking of connected, do you want to drop the Instagram?
Oh yeah, of course. Social medias?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course, yeah. Like follow us on Instagram. We're probably the most active on Instagram. I find like there's like you said with Facebook, it's kind of like there's weird rules and limited like exposure.
Yeah, weird algorithms.
Yeah. So we've been using Instagram for the most part. So that's probably like where we'll go. Like we'll just go live if we're having a jam at the studio or something like that, just for fun.
Yeah,
that's what we use the most.
The Instagram is Ape Destroys. APE Destroys. yeah,
and then everything else is like Facebook's Ape Destroys. Our YouTube is just a Primitive Evolution. We kept that one the original name, but we shortened everything on all the other platforms.
Shortened it to Ape, APE.
Yeah, Ape Destroys to keep it simple. But I think all the APEs are taken because it's so simple. Yeah, so that's why we do.
None of them destroy.
That's why we do.
I like that.
Destroys. Yeah, it's fun.
It's true.
Thank you.
Well, thanks so much for joining me, guys. It's been a pleasure chatting with you.
Yeah, you too.
You too. Nice to meet you.